This program is about paranormal mysteries. Some of the themes may not be suitable for younger audiences. Parental discretion is advised. Whenever possible, actual news clips and eyewitness accounts are used. The opinions expressed and comments of viewers are for educational and entertainment purposes only. No offense is intended. Proceed at your own risk.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is PacLives live in Oklahoma. I got babies asleep in the other room, so if I speak kind of low, I apologize. Okay, my bad. Anyways, thank you so much for anyone and everyone out there who may stumble upon this one, or maybe you're a loyal subscriber for over 15 years. Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, can they say that? No, they can't, but they got, they're a lot richer and have way more subscriptionists. They're doing better in life, arguably. But hey, man, let's not judge, man. I'm telling you, another bad start. Do I got to restart it again? YouTubers coming out of the gate, they're genius. That's what my manager should have said. Why is it dying out? What is going on? Well, let me be clear, guys. It shouldn't be dying out like that. Anyways, thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to talk about the changes in Megan Fox's appearance, and dare I say, in her personality. Okay, she once had standards. She was dating that one dude, Brian William Green or something. Remember that dude from 90210? That dude was beautiful. Now she's dating this little skinny dude. He looks like he's on methamphetamines, if you ask me. This dude looks like an addict. No offense, dude. Another bad start. Should I restart? I have to just keep redoing it over and over. Oh, this guy, he just can't help himself, I can't help myself. I want you and nobody else. Ooh, ooh, sugar pie, honey bunch, sugar pie, honey, Yeah, I know the oldies, guys. I know old music. I know new music. I know throwback music. I know future music that's not even out yet. Okay, what? Ah, man, it keeps dying out, so it's just gonna look like I'm just rambling nonsense. But I tell you guys, this is gold. Some of the best stuff I've ever told you. Okay, and YouTube's ruining it with their. Anyways, guys, tonight let's talk about Megan Fox. One thing we can all agree on, this lady is super pretty. She looks just like this adult film star, so if you don't know about that, you want to see an adult film star that looks just like her, in my opinion. Same body and everything, body type and everything. Go check out those adult film stars who look like Hollywood celebrities videos, guys. Those are new. If you don't know, those previously were on the channel as different names, under different names. You probably, if you've been around for a little while, you've maybe seen parts of them. But there was new stuff in both videos. But yeah, and they got hundreds of thousands of views. So if you guys do me a favor, check those out. I really appreciate that. But and then we're going to talk about the wildfires in Canada. And if you don't know, in New York City, there was like red smoke billowing through the streets from the Canadian fires. So it's kind of a big deal. We're going to talk about that. And I was in the stream from the other day. We mentioned how some people thought it was started by like little kids camping or something. And I read on a website that Reuters, the news organization Reuters, is reporting that the Canadian wildfires started from lightning striking. So let's straighten the record on that. But after that and before that and during that, I'll read you guys' comments if anybody wants to comment. Yeah, I don't even know if the comments are turned on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Hey, what up, Chaz Be Me? Says ho. What up, bro? Anyways, let's keep going, guys. That's the first story we got. Megan Fox won. Megan Fox then and now. How much her body has changed over the years, guys. Okay, what the heck? Hold on. I'm trying to fix this connection. Why is it doing that? Okay. Alrighty, anyways. Check this out right here, guys. So the one on the very left side is from 2009, I believe. And the one on the very right side, under the PacLives logo, that is from this year, 2023. So she still looks super pretty. But it looks like a different person, the 2009 and the one now, doesn't it? Am I tripping? Megan Fox has always had a super enviable body, even if she doesn't think so herself. The 37-year-old Transformers alum has spoken openly about her body dysmorphia. Oh my goodness, she's got body dysmorphia? Oh, that's sad, man. That's sad, because it usually messes people's, mentals up, so. Anyways. She says, quote, I have body dysmorphia. I don't even see myself really the way other people see me. She confessed inside the pub. There was never a point in my life where I loved my body. Never, ever. She then went on to admit how much of an honor being a cover star of the iconic swimsuit issue was, and how it helped her accept herself as beautiful, which is something she said she struggled with since her childhood. Quote, when I was little, that was like an obsession I had that I should look this way, she recalled, and why I had an awareness of my body that young. I'm not sure, unquote. She added, quote, the journey of loving myself is going to be never ending, unquote. She said loving herself. Anyways, yeah, guys, those pictures. And the one in the middle is from 2021. Let's check those out again. So, she looks, that chin looks different for some reason. Makes me think she had work, in the middle one from 2021. But anyways. As we know, the Johnny and Clyde actress has changed a lot over the years, with most of the focus being on her face and the alleged cosmetic treatment she suspected to have had. But now it's time to put her face transformation on pause and focus on how her body has changed throughout her career. We think it was perfect from day one and perfect now. Let's take a look at the actress's body transformation from the start of her career to the present day. Oh yeah, man. There's an old saying, man. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So that's what it. Who's beholding you? I remember I knew this one chick had a real thick, set of hips. I thought to myself, I could probably get her pregnant 4 to 5 times, guys. Easy. And then we end up falling in love. It's just that simple sometimes. You got to have confidence. You got to know what you want out of life. I don't know what she wanted. She wanted my body, I guess. I don't know. But I wanted 4 or 5 kids from her. I knew what I wanted. I set my mind to it. I only got 2 out of her. But still, man, that's still... Okay. What? You don't care? Okay. Anyways, we think it was perfect from day one. Let's take a look at the actress' body transformation. All right, so this first picture is from a long time ago. We'll have to check that. When's that? From 2004. Man, now, you telling me that does not look like a completely different person. Looks like she had a nose, a rhinoplasty. You know what I'm saying? Where they fix, not fix, because it was perfect to me. I didn't have no problem with it. Big nose girls need love too, guys. Sometimes you can get you a really good deal. Sometimes a girl, she'll be a butterface. You know what I'm saying? That's when everything look good. Butterface. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, and then she'll have a big nose. And she's all self-conscious, but you're like, You know, and me and you look at her like, damn, this chick is perfect. But she's all hung up on it. She's like, well, I guess I'll marry, I guess I'll marry this guy, me or some lucky dude. She lowers her standards. I guess I'll marry him. This is the best I'll ever get. She doesn't know she's perfect. She thinks she got a big nose. No, lady. That's what Vogue and all these other nerds want to tell you. Something's wrong with you. You're beautiful the way you are. You're beautiful. It's true. Now there must be an angel smiling in heaven who thought that I should be with you. Na 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 na. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what up, Iwalks? How you doing? You been listening to me and my crazy ranting? Let me apologize to you and all the good people out there. First of all, it's really hot outside, so I got to say, not to have a cop out or nothing, guys, but just being 100 with you. The heat probably scrambled my brain a little bit. I came in hot, dude, and I want to apologize to the good people. You know my heart. You know I didn't mean to hurt your feelings when I called you that name. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding, Iwalks, but I was ranting, and, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or anything. Who knows? Nowadays there's so many snowflakes. You walk right, you walk left, you accidentally crunch 7 snowflakes in one, and they all report me on Twitter. Daddy PacLives made me cry, and it's like, wow, I'm your daddy, They call me their, he's my daddy, Got him. That's a joke. That's a joke, Iwalks. I apologize. See, I get off on rants, man, and I don't. Okay. Anyways, Iwalks says, I made a deal with myself. Maybe this part of me will die separately. I'm going to start pumping my seeds around if we keep it up. Well, that's just terrific. Why would you? Yeah, you didn't have to. I don't. Why are you telling me? Anyways, this one's from 2005 on the right. The one on the end is from today. So she looks super hot today. Look at those tig old bitties. Look at those tig old bitties. Okay. Anyways, Megan Fox at the start of her career. Megan really made a name for herself when she appeared on Holiday in the Sun alongside Mary Cates and Ashley Olsen in 2001. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen alongside Lindsay Lohan in 2004. And Hope and Faith alongside Faith Ford and Kelly Ripa between 2004 and 2006. She was the envy of all teenage girls. Was she, though? No. We kid, Megan Fox. Anyways. But it wasn't until the year after she finished Hope and Faith that she really transformed. Pardon the pun. Dude, don't be punning at me. Did you see that, Iwalks? He's out here making puns at me. Nah, dude, I ain't the one. Writer, I'm not the one to be making puns at. I'm not Big Pun. You better go to Fat Joe with that. And when you get to Fat Joe, you tell Fat Joe, rest in peace, Big Pun. Yo, Fat Joe, listen to this pun I got. That's who will get away with it. You come around me with that. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I'm only a human. This dude coming at me, punning and trying to pun at me. Trying to pun at me? Oh, you want to pun somebody, huh? I'm kidding. Hey, what up, beautiful Tracy? How you doing? Hey, what up, Rob? The other day, when I kind of flipped out a little. My bad, man. That was very unprofessional. I want to apologize to you. Who else was in here? Dora, Tavia. Who else? But you guys are good people. Hopefully you got a little bit of forgiveness for your boy. Okay? If not, if you could kindly leave. I'm averse to confrontation. You're like, yeah, right, dude. All you do is flip out in your live streams. Hey, man. I didn't say I liked it. I know I do it a lot. I'm just averse to it. I don't. And the guy goes, do you know what averse means? Hey, man, shut up, man. I know it means shut up. Anyways, guys. This dude's throwing puns out here at me. Iwalks, Rob, Tracy, you believe that? You better watch yourself, dude. We're going to let it slide this time. Anyways, let's keep going. And it wasn't until after she finished Hopes and Faith that she really transformed. Okay, so that's her on the left, and then that's her on the right. Well, she looks super hot on the left. I don't understand well, the one on the right, what did they fix? Did her teeth? Man, I hate that, guys, because my teeth are starting to fall out and rot, because I'm getting older. Because they all real teeth, guys. That's what people in real life, you know what I'm saying? You see my dad, he's a war hero. and his teeth's all falling out. It's sad, dude. And I wish he was like, like Robert De Niro or one of these lames, had the money like that so he could get him some good teeth. My pops is a war hero. He deserves good teeth. Okay, Robert De Niro and all these fake actors, they don't deserve it. Why do they deserve it? Because Martin Scorsese, Martin Scissorface or whatever his name is, put him in the movie. It's all a big club. Just like George Carlin said, it's all a big club. And you ain't part. Me and you ain't in it. Okay? Well, Rob might be in it. Got you. I got you, Rob. That's a throwback from the other night when I flipped it out, remember? You get it as a joke, dog. Don't report me, dog. We joking around with Rob and everybody. Anyways, Megan reportedly had breast implants for the first time around this time too. Oh, that's sad, man. Why would you do that? You was perfect the way you was. That's the devil, guys. No, I'm not trying to be no holy roller or nothing like that, like get all religious. But that's the devil. Make a beautiful girl like that be like, damn, I need to get some tiggo, make bigger, I need to make them bigger so dudes can, worship me more. And it's wrong. It's not what you should. You need to worry about your health. Is that going to hurt your health? And every one of these ladies who are skinny like her, they're healthy. And the augmentations pose health risks. So they're purposely putting danger in the way. It don't make freaking the trailer park guy that she's dating, Kelly, whatever his name is. So that guy can get his jollies off. That's why she put herself in danger. It ain't worth it, Megan Fox. No guy out here is worth putting your health in danger. I'm going to tell you what your mama should have told you. I'm going to tell you what your daddy should have told you. Alright? None of these Hollywood phonies is worth putting your health at risk. Anyways, what are we talking about, guys? And then Iowax is still being inappropriate, but thank you for the comments, Iowax. It gets sexy as hell in here, and if you want to, I don't blame you one bit. But on that same token, I'm going to judge you, okay? Don't be getting sexy as H in here, okay, bro? I'm the one doing the sexiness, all right? But you're my boy, so I'm going to let that pass this time. Everyone gets one, just like with Spider-Man. Everyone gets one. Anyway, Rob says no snowflakes here. That's good, Rob, buddy. Hey, what up, Tracy? Tracy says, glad I finally caught you live. Happy Father's Day. Oh, thank you, Tracy. You're so sweet. We out here raising babies, huh, Tracy? We doing the best we can, We get stopped by the cops. We try not to get shot, I get out the car and I'll be like this, and the cops like, oh, fella, oh. Come on, really, bro? You that scared of me? I know I'm pretty scary. I know I'm like a beast in these streets. They sometimes barely get out the car. They're like, oh my goodness, Belly Bob, when ain't back up? I know I'm freaking scary, guys, but you ain't gotta, I'm still a person. I'm a father. I got feelings. I care about the earth. I care about people's feelings. Don't gun me down for nothing on Father's Day. They trying to do it on Father's Day, Tracy. They want to do it to me on Father's Day, but I ran. And they still after me. They still like, yo, he was a sexy looking Puerto Rican dude, and I'm like, yup. I'm on the other line. I cracked the line. Yep. Yeah, he was. They're like, who is that? Is that you? Where you at? Shut up, cops. That's what I say on their line. Shut up. You never find me. Click. And then they, oh, damn, they here. We just kidding, law enforcement. Don't come after your boy. That's a joke. You guys need to learn to take a joke. That's what's wrong with the world, huh, Rob? They can't take a joke. Okay? If you can't laugh, then guess what? You be crying all the time, dude. Because I miss my grandmama. I miss my grandpa. I miss my wife. I miss my son. I could cry all day but I gotta laugh. You're trying to make me sad. Anyways, what were we talking about? Tracy says, I love you. To hear those. Till they're directed at me. Oh, I love you, Tracy. I missed you, fam. And then Rob says, I don't report people. I ain't no snitch. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Rob. We're trying to cultivate a culture over here of people who aren't little babies who are going to... No, that's good though, Rob. It sounds like, you might be a creator of something. So bless you and yours, man. Good luck with it, man. Because when you try to make stuff, even if it's a little, little video on YouTube, man, you're putting yourself out there, as far as I'm concerned. And that should be commended and helped, but people, sometimes you make something cool, and they can't do it, or you did it before them, or whatever the reasons. I don't know the reasons. I try not to be like that. But there's, some people get animosity towards you, and they're like, well, I don't like him. Well, I don't like, and it's like for nothing more than something you have no control over, like, I have no control over, what the people think or what the people say. But I'm going to try to, delegate it. If someone comes in here talking and has not, nice enough to talk to me, I'm going to try to talk back and be respectful and just joke around a little bit, just a little bit. Anyways. Thank you, though, Rob. That's nice. Tracy says, seems the first thing these girls do is get body modification when they come up on some money. I know, Tracy, ain't that the saddest thing you ever heard of it? It's sad. Why do that? Megan Fox. Your name was already Fox, so you already, it meant that you was hot. That's what. Does she not know that's what that means? When someone calls you a fox, Megan, that means you hot. Yup. Anyways. It's suddenly hot in here, guys. I apologize. I'm sweating over here. Tracy says, MGK, that dude is a dipshit. Got him. Oh, good one, Trace. No offense, MGK, bro. Don't report the channel. We're just joking around, man. Do you ever see him on Howard Stern, Tracy? That's where, I actually respected MGK as a rapper, because I know the grind. And even, if you sell out or whatever you do to make it, there's a modicon of respect you'll get from me as someone who does everything I can to make music. And then, like I told you, I'm not a good salesman. If somehow someone finds my iTunes page, and then they want to buy it, wow, that's a minor miracle. I'm not ludicrous. I'm not out here like, hey, I got a million hits in one day. I wish I was good at that. And I literally try to tell people, help. People are like, nope. So whatever, man. When I'm dead and gone, you can enjoy it, It's all free anyways, because I'm not getting none off it. But if you do want to buy it, you're helping my kids. I'll let you know that means everything to me. Okay? What happened, guys? That's not cool. Okay, well, let's keep going. So that's her from on the left from 2007. Man, that's only 2 years away. And then the one on the right is 2009. Man, she looks completely different. That's weird. I liked it how she had an overbite and everything like that. It was more real, or it was, Now look, in the other one, she don't have no overbite. Her teeth is all perfect. Why are you so fake? There's a million chicks that look fake like her, but there was only one chick like her that was real. And she ruined it. So, well, I'll get my teeth changed, and then I'm going to get my tickle bitties put in, and then maybe my... Come on, lady. Who are you trying to impress? Who hurt you, Megan Fox? Huh, guys? Who hurt her? I want to know. I want his name, and I want his address. We're going to fix this, Megan. He'll make him apologize to you. I'll give him the crazy eyes, okay? Because he did a number on you, whoever did it. When I was, little young guy, I was like 17, and I was dating this super bad Mexican girl. And I told her one time, I go, your body's perfect, but you should get you some tig old bitties, because she had like little, maybe a handful, they were perfect, now that I look back on it. But I was just being an idiot, like everyone at the time, when, it was like in the early 2000s, I guess. Pam Anderson was big, she had those big old face, so they were kind of big. So I was like, what about getting some face? And my Mexican girlfriend goes, my body is already perfect. I do not need no feet. I don't need to change it. I don't need to. And then later, as we broke up or whatever, because I love that girl, I still do. But one thing happened. She broke my heart, and then she came back years later, and then I broke her heart. Vicious cycle. So I always remember that, and I remember that, no matter what, anyone said, she never was going to change herself like that, no matter how much money she had, because she just wasn't in it, you know. And then you see these ladies who, like Tracy was saying, you know, the first chance they get a little money, like, well, I'm gonna change this. Then the only thing I can co-sign is if you want to change your teeth. As a person who's had crooked teeth my whole life, when I was a little kid, and I always want, you know, I didn't even notice. That's the problem, because when I was like 9 or 10 or whatever, you know, one time my mom specifically, she comes up to me, she goes, you know, yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't like looking at myself in the mirror all the time. Oh, I'm so good looking, or oh, I'm so ugly. I didn't care. You know, I was out playing basketball or doing other stuff, you know, with my friends. So, when I was like 10 or 11, and my mom, and my dad, no, I think it was mom, just my mom, sat me down, and no one else, just me and her, and she was like, son, would you want, or would you ever consider or want getting braces for your teeth? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? My teeth are awesome. No thanks. I don't need you know. And I just like, no, declined it. And then, you know, I got about 17 or whatever, 15, whatever it was, just a few years later, and I start noticing girls, and like, you know, there's dudes, like literally I still know a dude that he can get any woman. I'm not even joking. I'm talking any chick. And his big thing is he's got these big, giant, beautiful, perfect teeth. And I told him one time, I was like, man, you got some really nice teeth, man. Is that how you... And he was like, women, he smiled at me. He goes, that's what the ladies love. You know what I'm saying? So, what am I talking about, Iowaks? I'm sorry, man. Iowaks says California did it, probably a politician. California. Megan talks about being sexualized in her movies. Excuse me. In 2009, she starred in Jennifer's Body alongside Amanda Seyfried. And previously spoke about, I know, man, I remember going to, like, see, where did I see that? Did I go with my girlfriend? I don't know, but I went and saw that movie, and I was like, well, Megan Fox, because she was like the hottest chick in Hollywood at the time, I guess. I don't know. I knew who she was, usually, you know, anyways. Megan Fox, and it's called Jennifer's Body, and, you know, I thought it was going to be like erotical. She was going to be dancing around in her panties the whole movie, you know? And I was going to have my old lady, or, you know, try to work a handy, you know, in the theater, or maybe something, you know? And then just bust all over, you know, thinking about old Megan, seeing her, watching her in her panties, my hot old lady giving me a handy, boom, oh shit, you know, you jizz on the lady in front of his hair by accident. What's that? Just butter, just butter. I'm kidding, guys, I would never, that was a joke, guys, a little too far, I took it too far, whatever, man, I'm sorry, man. Anyways, let's keep going. It wasn't just that movie. She said about Jennifer's Body in 2009 interview with Entertainment Tonight. It was every day in my life, all the time, with every project I worked on and every producer I worked with. It preceded a breaking point for me. I think I had a genuine psychological breakdown where I wanted just nothing to do. She goes, all these dudes trying to bang me all the time just really, it took it out of me. It's like, well, what? Can you imagine that? That's what I'm saying. Like, dudes, there's literally dudes out here committing mass terror attacks just because they can't get no pussy. Are you serious? Yes, it's serious. I'm not even joking. 2023, it's a real thing, and it happens a lot, you know. This chick gets hit on so much, she's got psychological issues. Everywhere I go, everyone wants to fuck me. Oh my god. Can we get a little, you know, as I'm talking about, this sexism, yeah, you know, we need to equal that out. All right? It's not cool. All right, man? Not cool, internet and world. Earth. Maybe we can fix that. Let's go. Anyway. She went on to say, I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to have a photo taken. Do a magazine, walk a carpet. I didn't want to be seen in public at all because the fear and the belief and the absolute certainty that I was going to be mocked or spat at. Dang, spat at? Who's spitting at you, girl? Who hurt you? Megan Fox. You still never... Who hurt her? They never told us who hurt her. Was it that Brian William Austin Green guy? Ooh, I'll pay him a visit. I'll give him a talking to. Megan, you deserve better. You can do better, boo. Just like that Drake song. When's the last time you heard you could do better? You know, whatever that fruity shit is. You know what I'm saying. You need to look at you, boo. Take a look in the mirror at you, boo. Give you some loving, boo. Okay. Anyways, people would spat at me, or someone was just going to yell at me, or people would stone me or savage me for just being out. So I went through a very dark moment in my life after that. I mean, she was in like Transformers movie, Ninja Turtles. I think people would cheer her, if anything, you know. Hey, that's April O'Neil. Hey, April O'Neil, you know. If your fans are spitting at you, throwing rocks at you, you did something wrong. You know, true fact number 6, 9, or 7. If your fans are throwing rocks and spitting loogies at you, you did something wrong, stupid. Duh. Okay, that's a joke. Just kidding. I'm kidding, Megan. Megan's like, is this guy on my side or not? Okay. Megan Fox's strictest diet and exercise regime. When Megan gave birth to her first son, Noah, in 2014, who she shares with ex-husband Brian Austin Green, she reportedly underwent a strict diet and exercise regime. Quote, I cut out all the bread and no sorts of carbohydrates, she told E! News, revealing that she had no crackers, no pretzels, no chips, nothing unhealthy. Crackers are unhealthy? Pretzels are unhealthy? What? She added, the worst thing I put in my body is coffee once a day. And she says, and that loser from 90210, she goes, he was trying to put something in my body every day, but only once a day. We got the guy. Okay, I'm just kidding. I apologize. That was wrong. She added, the worst thing I put in my body was coffee once a day, and I didn't have any cheat days. But if I did, it would be pizza or cake. Well, everybody likes pizza or cake, you know? You guys ever see that little clip of Beetlejuice? And he goes, they asked Beetlejuice, they go, Beetlejuice, how deep is a 6-foot hole? And he goes, about 36 feet. Rest in peace, beautiful Beetlejuice. Sweet little guy. Sweet little innocent little simple guy. Anyways. In 2014, Megan appeared on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and credited both diet and exercise for getting her in the best shape. Okay, so the one on the left is from, I don't know when, 2021, and then the one on the right is from 2022. So I really don't understand how she can look that much more smoking hot 1 year later. Huh, guys? Look at this. Look at these pictures, guys. Look. Okay, no, not that one. She just was kind of a plain Jane on the one on the left, but look on the one on the right. Oh my goodness. Damn, girl. Damn, how you do it? You know, that's why I was there. How you do it? You know? No? Okay. Anyways, Megan Fox regularly flaunts her toned abs. As someone who regularly flaunts her toned abs in barely dare crop tops, cutout dresses, and other super revealing. What are we talking about, guys? I want more pictures. No one cares about. Oh, it's just words. No more pictures. Pasternak said there are 5 phases to her workout. A minimum 5 minutes of blah, blah, blah. Well, that's great. You know, I don't understand why they're just talking about her breast augmentation. You know, like it's no big deal. It's a big deal, okay? The Lord saith unto me, don't brutalize your body. What is it? Don't mark thy body, for that is a mark against the Lord. You know? That's proving your allegiance to Satan. So I want all these people out here with tattoos to know who you're allegiance with. Okay? Not I, said the dude who's going to heaven. Hope it, please. Please. You know? I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm just... okay, guys. Well, what are we talking about? I got some videos to show you. I don't know why it keeps going out. I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, unstoppable massive Canadian blazes test foreign firefighters, and it's from Ojibwan, Canada. An out-of-control fire was advancing rapidly, so there's many different of these fires, guys. I'm not going to read you this whole story. It's very sad, though. They sent some French firefighters in there, and it was funny because the French who was it? Canadian firefighters were saying, we will wait for, the fire to come over here, and then, or something like that. Somebody was. I don't know if it's Canadian ones. But the French firefighters, they attack fires. They don't just sit back and let any fires burn. And it was funny because we were reading about it. But they're heroes, you know. As much as we want to make humor out of it because it's so sad, nerve wracking, you know. Try to make a little joke about, you know, not joke about it, but like, you know, give somebody some kind of laugh, or you know, a humorous look at it if we can, because it's so serious. But no disrespect intended. Anyways, they said if anybody in New York is wondering why there's smoke there, it's because the fires here are unstoppable. So if you don't know, you're not familiar with the whole geographical area, Canada is huge. I think, is it the same, just as big as America or bigger? I'm not sure, but it's huge, and they've got fires raging all over the place. It's sad, but you know, God bless those firefighters. We love you. We hope you're doing good. So I'll show all these little pages. You guys can freeze the video and we'll read them at your own leisure if you want. So it's this page, then it's this page, then it's this page. All right. In case you're like, whoa, which one? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I love you so much. Thank you, iWalks, for being here. Anyways, iWalks is laughing and says, stranger ask, what's for dinner, Megan? Anyways, I got a mysteries. You guys know that we've taken out thousands of videos from the channel, so I've got just days of these compilations for you. I hope you enjoy them. I love you so much, and I might try to come back after these videos are over, see if anybody's still in here commenting. Let me go see if anyone came to the chat, actually, real quick before we go, because we had beautiful Tracy, my internet girlfriend Tracy, was in here. And she says she's not had any other internet boyfriends, so we're going to hold her to that. Trace, counting on you to be faithful to me on the internet, okay? Don't go breaking my heart, Trace, all right? I couldn't take it. You know, like, who's that one dude, Randy Travis? Don't break my heart, my achy, breaky heart. I just don't think, you know, he wouldn't even understand, you know? And if you broke my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I might blow up. No, it might blow up and, okay, my heart might blow up and kill me. That's because of you, if you hurt me. We're kidding. I'm just being dramatic, guys. That's a joke, Trace. I love you, fam. Trace has been nothing but good to me, so can't blame her for nothing. Anywho, let's see if anybody, let me be clear, let's see if anybody came in. Do the Mr. Beast hand. You guys know in every one of his screenshots, Mr. Beast does that. Do a 30 seconds. It's going to be the screenshot. I hope you guys are cool with it. Boom, got it. Now who's going to get millions of views, Mr. Beast? Me, because I'm smart. And I copied you. Oh yeah, Rob, I saw it at that. And that's not cool. You know, that's not cool at all, man. I'll call that out every time, man. Anyways, iWalks says, I'm chill. I made a deal with myself. Oh yeah, I just read that. Well, much love to you, iWalks, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Rob says, Megan Fox be drinking that blood. Oh, that's kind of dirty. Yeah, man, it's sick, dude. And, I mean, it's one thing to do it, you know, on the cover of Night or whatever, whenever you're doing these sick, or they're doing these sick things. But then to just, she's so comfortable. She's talking about it in her Vanity Fair or whatever it was. It's effed up, Rob. And that's all we're going to say about it. I'm not going to get in trouble. Much love, Tracy. Thank you guys so much for being here. Anyways, I love you, Trace. And, alright, so let's watch some of these videos. I hope you guys enjoy them. It took a lot of work. Trace, iWalks, Rob, I hope you guys, if you've been here for a minute, you know how much work just a 2-3 minute video takes. A lot, you know, because it's just me. If I wish I had a couple other people, you know, that had a passion for making video or the paranormal or what videos or the paranormal or something like that, who wanted to help, you know, every now and then. But I mean, I do have brothers, but they got, you know, regular jobs and stuff, so they don't have cool jobs like we do. So, or, you know, me, which is, this counts as a job. You know, I don't get paid for it, but it's still, it's like community service, guys. You know, I'm a service in the community with my mouth. No, that was a joke. That was a burn on old me. And okay, watch these videos. I hope you enjoy them. We'll be back soon. Let me be clear. This is only brought possible by beautiful people like Tracy. Anonymous Friend, Tavia Medlin, Nikki West, Leah Murray, Jordy's Graveyard, Lee, who else? Or Sonia Mabea, who else am I missing? But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the help. Check these videos out. Pentagon UFO unit to publicly release some findings after ex-officials say off-world vehicle found. A Pentagon UFO unit will make some investigations public as ex-advisors suggest that vehicles not made on this earth were placed in U.S. government storage. The team will update the U.S. Senate's Intelligence Committee on its unidentified flying object research every 6 months. The New York Times reported, publicly named in 2019 as the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, the Pentagon unit succeeded an investigative UFO program that was said to have been disbanded prior to 2017. One former official, Eric Davis, told the Times that he briefed the U.S. Department of Defense in March about the retrieval of, quote, off-world vehicles not made on this earth, unquote. The Pentagon consultant and some contractors said objects he believed, quote, we couldn't make ourselves, unquote, were discovered during this time on the unit, where he has worked since 2007. While no crash artifacts have ever been documented in public, but we know they have them, Harry Reid, the former Democratic Senate Majority Leader, told the Times that he, quote, came to the conclusion, unquote, that UFO materials were in the government's possession. After looking into this, I came to the conclusion that there were reports. Some were substantive and some were not so substantive. That there were actual materials that the government and the private sector had in their possession. Yeah, and I want you guys to notice right there, and it says government and private sector. That's their, covertly trying to tell us that these Illuminati scumbags, okay, that's the private sector. Who else do you know has even the kind of money to, it takes a lot of money, okay, and you have to have a lot of connections, but moving on. That's why they mention the private sector like that. Said the former senator from Nevada, it is not known what details the Pentagon unit will provide to the Senate, while acting Intelligence Committee Chairman Marco Rubio said last week that his priority was to uncover who was behind unidentified flying vehicles seen over American military bases. Quote, we have things flying over our military bases and places where we are conducting military exercises, and we don't know what it is. And it isn't ours, unquote, said Senator Rubio to CBS Miami. Frankly, that if it's something from outside this planet, that might actually be better than the fact that we've seen some technological leap on behalf of the Chinese or the Russians or some other adversary, added Mr. Rubio. The Senate committee mandated the Pentagon unit to, quote, standardize collection and reporting on unidentified aerial phenomenon, unquote, as part of 2021 spending plans on intelligence agencies. Alrighty, guys. So that's a huge deal. There's new stories written about it. This story was written this morning, so I just wanted to bring that to you. It's, the slow drip of information is coming. It looks like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. For so long I've been doing this. If you've been in at the channel, subscribed, or, you have your own channel, or you investigate on your own, you've probably felt the same way I felt, like you're in a completely black, tunnel or room or something like that. But now it looks like just very far away you can see a tiny little light, a glimmer at the end of the tunnel. So
I've seen non-human entities in bases over the years. I saw strange animal types of creatures in cages. Possibly this is a continuation of Nazi Super Race projects, genetic creations, because I know one of the sub-projects of Mannequin I was involved in was called the Tigris program, and in that they were taking modified animal DNA and injecting it into remote viewers, genetically enhanced espionage agents. I've seen a lot over the years. First memory was in 1981. I was 5 years old, and there was a group of 15 other children there by military officers. We were taken in, and it was like went for a corridor, and there's like a classroom set in there, tables and chairs. And we sat down, we all sat down, and we were given a like puzzles, like geometrical shapes to put together.
Yeah.
And what they were doing there is we were all identified psychics, because it was the Project Oak Tree in the 50s was before Project Mannequin. That was a genetic bloodline study, and that was run from Harwell Genetics Labs in Oxfordshire. But the Harwell Genetics study was called Project Oak Tree, and that was connected into all the major hospitals in the country. It still is. They're still looking for psychic children. Well, Barry King says it comes up on your records that you're part of a government genetic survey, but it doesn't say what that survey is. So they're trying to dampen down everyone's psychic abilities and bring the New World Order in. So people aren't aware of it. I think, to be honest, that I'm seeing a lot of these, a lot of the sub-projects of Mannequin in films and in X-Men comics. They're taking bits out of it. Project Mannequin, a lot of it is about harnessing radio waves, brain waves, and it's about sending them out through televisions, mobile phones and mobile phone masts.
Yeah.
It's like they're sending out frequencies, because everybody's got a telepathic receiver, like a radio receiver, the pineal gland in the brain. But what they're doing is they're dampening down the consciousness, because brain waves and radio waves are the same thing. So at the time that they're recording those frequencies from the brain implant onto a computer, and then what they're doing is they're sending that radio wave, that frequency, out through phone masts, through satellite and TVs, sending it out. And it's causing the crime rate to go up. It's causing people's anxiety levels to go up.
I was using meditation techniques and also using a very large pyramid to basically focus your energy.
What kind of meditation techniques?
Just sitting quietly. There's certain practices which you can use. If you are interested in this particular practice, contact me and I'll teach you about it.
Okay. Because there are many meditations.
There are many meditation practices,
so
yeah.
you were going to a particular type of meditation.
Yeah, a particular kind of meditation with a particular kind of device as well,
right,
which helps you. Well, the device is actually termed, its actual name is a multidimensional communication device.
Is that your term, your invention?
No,
or
it was
is it somebody
invented
else's?
by Ken Killock, also a clairvoyant. He's now dead. I think he's from Idaho. Once you're in the pyramid, it takes an hour to an hour and a half to completely charge up the capacitor plates inside the pyramid. Once that's done, it hits a layer of aluminium, it hits a layer of fiberglass, and it won't escape through that, and it fires back into your body. And at that particular time, you'll perceive a very, very, very bright flash of light. And generally, you find yourself standing outside the pyramid itself, but also aware of
This
yourself.
is your etheric body?
Yes, this is your etheric body, but you have full consciousness, and you're aware of two realities at the same time. And once you're in that mode, then no law of physics anywhere can control you. And I'll tell you something I've learned from someone else. I'll get onto that later. Very similar to what's described by Morpheus in the film The Matrix. He says, do you think you're breathing air right now? Do you think your muscles have any reality in this realm you're living in? It's that very same principle. And this is why they killed so many ancient Tibetan monks and South American Indians, because they could teach you that you could have pure physical force and not be in your body. So once you're out of your body, I can still walk up to you and knock you over. And they don't want you to know this.
Yeah.
Because basically you're just energy, whether you're aware of it or not. I'm outside, I'm energy, I'm out of my body, I have full consciousness, I can walk up to you, push you over. And it'd be like a ghost would hit you, or like something like that, because people do that, they get thrown over. And they call it entities, or whatever you want to call them, dark spirits. But this is it, this is why they went up into China in First World War, where they bombed, tons and tons of bombs, just thrown all over those temples, up in Tibet, killed all those monks. And down in America, kill as many Red Indians as you can, because they hold the ancient knowledge.
Prince, the death of Prince that just happened is a prime example of that. There's a big ritual this is an enormous ritual that's just happened here. So you know, on Queen Elizabeth's birthday, Prince dies, and then Victoria Wood, who is, you know, not particularly a big name, but you have Victoria in there. So you also have Victory, and you have Queen Victoria. Well, I believe Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth are the same being. I believe Queen Elizabeth I and Queen Elizabeth II are the same being. So you have, they are using the energy of that. Also, Prince had a lot of life force energy. So then the murder, because he was murdered, the murder of him, then putting up the Temple of Baal in Times Square and in Trafalgar Square for 3 days. So you have, and that's the Trinity. So you have Prince, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria, Trinity energy, opening the Stargate in Trafalgar Square, which is TS, and Times Square. It's a city with time travel too, Times Square. TS in basic numerology comes out to 39. T being 20 and S being 19. So 39. So you have the inversion of the sun, the gates of Baal opening. So I know what they're doing. They've opened the gates, and they're trying to bring Baal in here, and Baal is essentially Lucifer. Really, Baal is Lucifer. So what they're trying to do is they have to have all these Goetian demonic entities are living disincarnate. They don't have bodies, right? They don't have bodies right now. Some of them do. Okay, but not all of them. So they need. So I believe that some of these projects were put together to create a physical body, so when the time comes that they can put this disincarnate body into the physical body.
God only knows what's up with him, all things considered. I don't know exactly. It went very well. It was a very interesting evening. He's probably an alien, probably a reptilian, isn't he? He's probably an alien, probably a reptilian.
A UFO expert was found dead of mysterious circumstances, and I want to talk about this with you, Hassan, today. His name was Max Spears. He was a 39-year-old father of two, and he was found dead on a sofa in Poland, where he had gone to give a talk on conspiracy theories and UFOs. He's well established within the UFO community. He was ruled to have died from natural causes, despite there being no post-mortem examination carried out on his body, autopsy. There was no autopsy. And even weirder is that his mother, Vanessa Bates, has the receipts. She has a text message from him saying, quote, "Your boy's in trouble. If anything happens to me, investigate," prior to his death. So some people close to Spears have said that they claim that he was vomiting a black liquid when he died in this Warsaw apartment. And then a friend of his says, quote, "A person has died here, and I don't think it's good enough that somebody who just took normal medication should end up vomiting, spewing black liquid, whatever it was. Shortly after that, whatever length of time it was, died." So a lot of the UFO chasers that are fans of his, that have followed his work, are saying that people that get too close to the truth about UFOs and the existence of a higher consciousness or aliens out there are bumped off by the Secret Service Exodus, or the so-called Men in Black, loosely talked about in the film franchise, very loosely. So his mom has been speaking out against this. She says, quote, Max was a very fit man who was in good health, and yet he apparently just died suddenly on a sofa. A lot of this is not adding up. Even eerier is that Polish authorities are refusing to release any paperwork to the family because, absurdly, she needs to get his written permission to get the paperwork about his death, but he's dead. Eerie. It's eerie. And furthermore, the post-mortem examination that was carried out by a pathologist in East Kent, however, it was more than 2 months later, and she doesn't even know the results of the investigation, of the autopsy. She also wants to add, this is again his mother saying, quote, apparently he had not suffered any obvious physical injuries, but he could have been slowly poisoned, which is why the results of the toxicology tests from his autopsy are so important. So his mom is really now sort of sounding the alarm, saying, I need more information here. It's really strange that I am being restricted in my access to information.
These are non-UFO whistleblowers who have died.
Number 9. James Forrestal. James V. Forrestal was America's first Secretary of Defense, and reliable sources state that Forrestal was one of the initial members of the newly formed Majestic 12. Forrestal believed that the public should be told the truth about the UFO problem. When he began to talk to leaders of the opposition party and leaders of the Congress about the alien problem, he was asked to resign by President Truman. He expressed his fears to a number of people and believed that he was being watched. Forrestal later was said to have suffered a mental breakdown and was committed against his will to Bethesda Naval Hospital, where he was held under Marine Guard. Many feared that Forrestal would begin to talk again, and therefore had to be isolated and discredited. On May the 22nd, 1949, 7 weeks after his admission to the hospital, Forrestal plunged from a 16th floor window of the hospital to his death. Allegations arose that agents threw Forrestal out the window and he plummeted to his death. Forrestal is considered to have been one of the earliest victims of the great UFO cover-up, which started after the Roswell crash of 1947. Number 8. Phil Schneider. Phil Schneider was born in 1947 at Bethesda Naval Hospital. Philip Schneider claimed that his father, Captain Oscar Schneider, was involved with the infamous Philadelphia experiment. Philip claimed to be an ex-government structural engineer who was involved in building underground military bases around the country, and to be one of only 3 people to survive the 1979 incident between the alien greys and US military forces at the Dulce underground base. For 2 years prior to his death, Philip Schneider had been on a lecture tour talking about government cover-ups, black budgets and UFOs. Philip stated in his lecture that in 1954, under the Eisenhower administration, the federal government decided to circumvent the Constitution and form a treaty with extraterrestrials. The treaty was called the 1954 Greater Treaty. Officials agreed that for extraterrestrial technology, the Greys could test their implant techniques on select citizens. However, the extraterrestrials had to inform the government who had been abducted and subject to the implants. Slowly over time, the aliens altered the bargain, abducting and implanting thousands of people without reporting back to the government. Philip Schneider's ex-wife believes that Philip was murdered because he publicly revealed the truth about the USA government's involvement with UFOs. Number 7. Ronald Rummel. Ron Rummel was an ex-Air Force intelligence agent and publisher of the Alien Digest. On August 6, 1993, Rummel allegedly shot himself in the mouth with a pistol. However, no blood was found on the pistol barrel and the handle of the weapon was free of fingerprints. Also, the left by the deceased was written by a left-handed person. Rummel was right-handed. Perspiration on the body smelled like sodium pentothal, a truth serum. The Alien Digest ran to 7 limited editions, but are now almost impossible to acquire. It appears that Ron Rummel's magazine was touching on sensitive issues, such as the predatory-prey aspect of the alien-human relationship and the use of humans as food and recyclable body parts. Did Rummel cross the forbidden line? Interestingly enough, one of Rummel's friends was Phil Schneider, and the two had been collaborating. Number 6. Dean Warwick. On Saturday, October the 7th, Dean was to speak at a UFO conference in Blackpool called Probe International, and was the last speaker of the afternoon. It was hoped that Dean would blow the whistle about his experiences and knowledge regarding the NSA, missing children, and extraterrestrials. Dean had already gone public and completed an interview a couple of weeks earlier with investigative journalist Dave Starbuck. At that stage, Dean had only talked about a fraction of what he really knew. When Dean was only minutes into his talk on stage, he collapsed unconscious on the floor. He had stopped breathing, and an ambulance was called, but Dean had died on stage. When Dean collapsed on the floor, a woman witnessed the man with dark hair slip out of the hall. She followed this man, who then proceeded to walk down the stairs, whistling merrily to himself, get into a car, and make a phone call, where he was then seen laughing down the phone. Number 5. Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson was once MUFON's Deputy Director of Investigations, and another job was with the Institute of Advanced Studies, purportedly working on UFO propulsion systems. Apparently, he held high security clearances, travelled frequently between San Antonio and White Sands, and had attended 2 secret NATO meetings. One of these meetings was said to deal with ET communications. On June the 9th, 1994, while attending a Society of Scientific Exploration meeting in Austin, Texas, Johnson died suddenly amid very strange circumstances. He was 43 years old and excellent in health, as he had just passed a recent physical examination. During a slideshow, several people sitting close to him heard a gasp. When the lights were turned back on, Johnson was slumped over in his chair, his face purple, with blood oozing from his nose. What killed Ron Johnson? As it is quite easy today to induce strokes through chemicals or pulsed radiation, it is also easy to induce a heart attack. The biggest probability is that Ron Johnson was eliminated by a quick-acting toxin or maybe a nerve agent. The autopsy has been officially classified as inconclusive. Number 4. James McDonald. James Edward McDonald was an American physicist and was known for his research regarding UFOs. McDonald was a senior physicist at the Institute for Atmospheric Physics. McDonald campaigned in support of expanding UFO studies during the mid and late 1960s, arguing that UFO represented an important unsolved mystery which had not been adequately studied by science. McDonald interviewed over 500 UFO witnesses, uncovered many important government UFO documents, and gave important presentations of UFO evidence. He testified before Congress during the UFO hearings of 1968, where he said, "UFOs are entirely real, and we do not know what they are because we have laughed them out of court. Possibility that these are extraterrestrial devices, that we are dealing with surveillance from some advanced technology is a possibility I take very seriously. I've become convinced that the scientific community has been casually ignoring as nonsense a matter of extraordinary scientific importance." Dr. James McDonald died in 1971, purportedly of a gunshot wound to the head, and died in mysterious circumstances, leading some people to believe he was murdered. Number 3. Stephen Schiff. Stephen Schiff was an American politician for the 1st District of New Mexico, but also had an interest in the UFO phenomena. Congressman Stephen Schiff made a major effort to uncover the truth behind the Roswell crash story. Schiff pressed the GAO in the 1990s and demanded financial records that would have proven the existence of the Roswell incident in July 1947. He was stonewalled and eventually silenced. Unfortunately, he died of cancer in 1998 before he could accomplish his task. The question raised is that there have been an alarming number of people who have died suddenly and mysteriously from cancer who were involved in UFO research. Number 2. Dr. John Mack. Dr. John Mack was an American psychiatrist, writer, and professor at Harvard Medical School. He was a Pulitzer Prize-winning biographer and a leading authority on the spiritual or transformational effects of alleged alien abduction experiences, and was prepared to tell stories of abduction, and hundreds of people who claim they were abducted still revere him. John Mack was killed in a road accident in North London in 2004. Number 1. Orange Hollandia. Orange Hollandia was a Brazilian Air Force operation commander who was sent by the government to interview witnesses of an apparent UFO invasion. In the months of October to December of 1977 and during the first half of 1978, the Brazilian state of Pará was invaded by UFOs. Bright objects in several shapes and sizes flew over the Marajo Bay region at low altitude, a few meters above the trees, and fired strong light beams at the people who described the UFO pilots as small alien beings. Part of this report came to the public through an interview Hollandia gave to a Brazilian UFO magazine, where he told them that he was an operation commander sent by the government to investigate the facts. Hollandia committed in 1997.
You know we don't accept $5 bills in this establishment. For real? Why not? The conspiracy of fives. The conspiracy of fives? What's wrong with the number 5? The number 5 is bad news. It's the mark of the Illuminati. What's an Illuminati? Pay attention, brothers, because I'm about to drop some serious knowledge on you. The Illuminati is an evil race of lizards that have disguised themselves as rich people. Throughout history, they've walked among us, scouring the 5 boroughs in search of the 5th element, which would power a super badass weapon that would destroy all the poor people on Earth.
Look, man, even if the Illuminati was real, lizards are pretty dope. Who was the best character in Mortal Kombat? Lizard. Reptile. Oh, yeah, he was Reptile. Was he a lizard? Yes, he was. Yeah. Reptile was a lizard. And he was dope. Whew, that was a close call. Yo, where are we? What exactly is going on here?
Welcome, fellow members of the Illuminati. It is I, your president, Jay-Z.
Oh, snap, the Illuminati is real. And Jay-Z's their lizard president? Man, Rod's gonna be so happy he was right about that conspiracy.
Now let's celebrate at the Met Gala, an event so exclusive that only us, the Illuminati, are rich enough to attend.
And once I realized Jay-Z was part of the conspiracy, it was only a matter of time before I figured out that those Blueprint albums were actually a blueprint to the Illuminati's master plan.
That's flawless reasoning.
I want to thank the Lucas Bros and their boy Gerard. As a result of their awesome moving skills, they have saved Brooklyn and killed the Illuminati once for all.
Now let's celebrate at the Met Gala, an event so exclusive that only us, the Illuminati, are rich enough to attend.
There's a lot of aliens. Meryl Streep's an alien. Anne Hathaway's an alien.
Yeah.
There's Jared Leto. He's an alien.
From planet holy shit, I'm gonna smoke his dick.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I wanna that dude.
It's the mark of the Illuminati.
What's an Illuminati?
Pay attention, brothers, because I'm about to drop some serious knowledge on you. The Illuminati is an evil race of lizards that have disguised themselves as rich people. Throughout history, they've walked among us, scouring the 5 boroughs in search of the 5th element, which would power a super badass weapon that would destroy all the poor people on Earth.
Look, man, even if the Illuminati was real, lizards are pretty dope. Where are we? What exactly is going on here?
Welcome, fellow members of the Illuminati. It is I, your president, Jay-Z.
Oh, snap, the Illuminati is real. And Jay-Z's their lizard president?
Recently, scientists found the remains of a horse-type animal called a foal in Siberia, Russia. The foal is 42,000 years old, and now scientists want to clone the animal back into existence since finding liquid blood from the Ice Age fossil.
Well, in one place where it's melted, villagers found a 42,000-year-old extinct animal that resembles some kind of horsey thing, right? And guess what? Scientists are now thinking about bringing it back to life. Well, sort of. They're considering cloning it because they were able to extract its blood. They're considering cloning it because they were able to extract its blood.
They're considering cloning it because they were able to extract its blood.
After discovering a 42,000-year-old extinct foal, scientists have now discovered liquid blood in the frozen remains of the horse. Now the team hopes they can clone the prehistoric animal back into existence. Now the team hopes they can clone the prehistoric animal back into existence.
Now the team hopes they can clone the prehistoric animal back into existence.
Now the scientists are hoping to collect viable cells for the purpose of cloning the extinct species of the horse. For the purpose of cloning the extinct species.
For the purpose of cloning the extinct species.
The discovery may help scientists revive the Ice Age horse species through cloning, and some researchers already say they are confident of success in the attempt, adding that the cloning attempts have already begun and will continue until the end of April. Adding that the cloning attempts have already begun.
Adding that the cloning attempts have already begun.
Many say since they have cloned animals, humans would be the natural next selection for cloning. Could the super rich already be using cloning technology?
They're considering cloning it because they were able to extract its blood.
They're considering cloning it
For the purpose of cloning the extinct species.
for the purpose of cloning the extinct species.
Now the team hopes they can clone the prehistoric animal back into existence.
Now the team hopes they can clone the prehistoric animal back into existence.
Adding that the cloning attempts have already begun.
Adding that the cloning attempts have already begun.
You be the judge.
Recently a movie called Replicas released. It's about human cloning. Many believe this movie is a form of disclosure. Let's take a look at some of the trailer. In the movie, a scientist loses his wife and kids, so he decides to bring them back through cloning.
You and the kids died. I brought you back.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
I'm dead. What if something horrible goes wrong? Something already has.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
Some believe this is disclosure about human cloning and advanced technology.
You and the kids died. I brought you back.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
I'm dead. What if something horrible goes wrong? Something already has.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
But what do you believe?
In 2014, water contaminated with lead in Flint, Michigan caused sickness, skin problems and even death. City officials denied there was a problem, leading to the Flint crisis.
4 years ago, dirty water contaminated with lead started flowing from Flint's taps, causing sickness and death, while officials denied there was a problem.
Recently, filmmaker Michael Moore explained former President Obama's role in the whole situation and how it made some believe he is evil.
And in the film, I show something that sadly President Obama did by coming to Flint and telling people the water was okay. It was still poison. And then he pretended to drink from a glass of water.
There you go. You know, generally I have not been doing stunts here, but, you know.
Can I get some water?
Before a crowd of 1,000.
I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
President Obama took a sip of Flint's filtered tap water, assuring the people there that he cares.
I've got your back.
Flint water at this point is drinkable.
And then said it wasn't a stunt, and it was. And it just put a knife in the heart of so many people in Flint who were hoping he would come, bring the Army Corps of Engineers, dig up these poison pipes, and replace the pipes in the city. And in fact, he didn't do that. But you cannot talk to people who have suffered so much, especially in this town, where their jobs were eliminated 30 years ago. Then the economy was ruined. The pipes are poisoned. And then, as I show in the film, Obama sends the Pentagon in to use Flint as target practice. And for 10 days and 10 nights in a row, fires missiles and bombs into abandoned buildings, troops firing their guns. Nobody was told in advance that they were coming. Everybody thought it was a terrorist incident. And it's like the feeling of we're nobody, and America's forgotten us. We're still drinking out of bottled water.
While not much has changed in Flint since 2014.
Though officials now say filtered tap water is safe, many, like Paris James, don't believe it.
When they said it was okay, it wasn't really okay.
You refused to pay your water bill.
Why pay for poison?
More than a dozen people died, while others lost hair and developed rashes. Now, officials insist the water is safe to drink, but residents don't trust them. Since then, 15 officials have been charged, some with involuntary manslaughter.
There have been a couple whistleblowers who have come forward to say Obama is in fact evil and in the Illuminati, saying they do these kinds of things for shits and giggles. Could this be evidence of Barack Obama being evil and also in the Illuminati?
And in the film, I show something that sadly President Obama did by coming to Flint and telling people the water was okay. It was still poison. And then he pretended to drink from a glass of water.
There you go. You know, generally I have not been doing stunts here, but, you know.
Can I get some water?
And then said it wasn't a stunt, and it was. And it just put a knife in the heart of so many people.
More than a dozen people died, while others lost hair and developed rashes. Now, officials insist the water is safe to drink, but residents don't trust them. Since then, 15 officials have been charged, some with involuntary manslaughter.
You be the judge.
It was a day that changed our lives.
I saw a flash of light in the bushes, and that last shot.
A new documentary marking the 50th anniversary of JFK's assassination hopes to revitalize America's long-dormant obsession with conspiracies surrounding the death of one of its most iconic leaders. JFK, the Smoking Gun, claims that JFK was killed not by the bullet of Lee Harvey Oswald, but that the fatal bullet instead came from the Secret Service-issued AR-15 of a clumsy government agent. Riding behind Kennedy's car in the motorcade on that fateful November day, inexperienced agent George Hickey allegedly stumbled as he attempted to respond to Lee Harvey Oswald's first shot. Authors say this instance of friendly fire inflicted the mortal wound that shattered a portion of the president's skull. The documentary, which is set to premiere on cable channel Reels on November 3rd, is largely based on the Bonner Menninger's 1992 book Mortal Error, the shot that killed JFK.
Do you think aliens are real?
I know that they're real.
Gotcha, this isn't a thing.
No, this isn't a thing. How self-centered would we be as humans to believe that we are the only living things in the universe?
It's like a hypnotic trance that people are in, where the media and politics and certain aspects of military or religion, that if we accept and pay attention, then our mind becomes a gateway for a darker entity parasite through the imagination. This is where manufactured consent, fake consent, comes into play, which is not allowed, but we must acknowledge that it's not allowed. That's how we get our power back. In the same sense, some of these parasites emit a vibration of pure fear. And so if we respond to that fear, it's like answering a knock at the door. It's like an invitation for them to come into our reality. If we stand strong, they can't access. The universe itself acts like an artificial intelligence. It creates systems of complex change and behavior until intelligence is formed, and it tries to continue developing that intelligence. So wherever we do not apply ourselves and take control, something else steps in and takes control. It's automatic in this physical universe. And so some say that a cosmic creator fell asleep to come up with new reality, new life, but had a nightmare in a way, and created the demiurge, which is like a parasite or a nightmare being that found humans and wants to feed on people, but in a way it's a test that people can overcome. Some don't like saying it's a test because it's very serious, although it's still just like a dream here. And I also want to say, this is not, we fought them. We seen them, we found them, we saw how they eat, we saw how they take people and make copies of the people and send those people into society. We saw how they invaded Earth in a previous age. We saw it. It's not something we think about, we see it all.
It just disappears.
It goes bye-bye.
Taking care of their children.
Dude, is it not? He's gone.
Oh my.
Goes bye-bye.
The company released a statement saying Hefner peacefully passed away from natural causes at his home, the Playboy Mansion, surrounded by loved ones. And that's how he'll be remembered by most of us.
It was right after
9/11,
Yeah.
and you said, we're doing a roast for Hugh Hefner. Do you want to come?
Right.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
We raised a lot of money for the Twin Tower Fund that night, so shout out
It was an amazing
to Hugh
night.
Hefner wherever you are for going through with that show.
It was an amazing night.
We're
Yeah.
doing the benefit coming up this week.
It was an
To
amazing
Hugh
night.
Hefner wherever you are for going through with that show.
It was an
To
amazing
Hugh
night.
Hefner wherever you are for going through with that show.
And that's how he'll be remembered by most of us.
It was an
To
amazing
Hugh
night.
Hefner wherever you are for going through with that show.
Recently, recording artist T.I. said on social media that Kanye West has sold his soul after the meeting between West and Trump the other day. Here is some of what was said during that Kanye West and Donald Trump meeting T.I. is talking about.
I love this guy right here. Trump is on his hero's journey right now, and he might not have expected to have a crazy like Kanye West. There was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. Manufacturing is a hydrogen-powered airplane. If he don't look good, we don't look good. So when I said I like Trump to like someone that's liberal, they'll say, oh, but he's racist. You think racism can control me? He said that I actually wasn't bipolar. I had sleep deprivation, which could cause dementia. You know, people expect that if you're black, you have to be Democrat. I've had conversations that basically said that welfare is the reason why a lot of black people end up being Democrats.
This is white supremacy by ventriloquism. A black mouth is moving, but white racist ideals are flowing from Kanye West's mouth.
He's been a great guy. He's a smart cookie.
Does T.I. know what we have all suspected? They got to Kanye West and replaced him with a DNA clone. Or has Kanye West just lost his mind?
I love this guy right here. Like someone that's liberal, they'll say, oh, but he's racist. You think racism can control me? He said that I actually wasn't bipolar. I had sleep deprivation, which could cause dementia.
He's been a great guy. He's a smart cookie.
This is white supremacy by ventriloquism. A black mouth is moving, but white racist ideals are flowing from Kanye West's mouth.
You be the judge.
They found interdimensional parasites that are a kind of insectoid, humanoid-looking creature that grabs the souls of the people and positions them around the timeline so that they don't wake up to what's happening here. And there are created insectoid beings which are to throw people off the trail, as well to perform their own operations using their own insectoid parasitic demon entities for their own purposes. The ritualistic actions where suffering and energy is taken from an innocent and put into the ether, it is used to feed these parasitic entities. So wherever there is suffering, there are these entities hovering and drinking the energy called electric milk. And this happens with sexually depraved acts. The way society is created in this depravity is to invert, flip upside down the energy system of the human and reverse what gives normal joy and create the opposite, so that what is painful to the energy system is now good for the mind. And so the idea is that each person is an entire universe and can't be stopped. But the top and bottom and the in and the out must be organized and harmony. And so in that system of society of depravity, that system is a soul farm for addiction, desire, and fear. It is like a prison on the energy level, and people can't leave even when they leave their body. And so the militaries of the West and the East figured this out when they developed craft that could go into other dimensions. That is where everyone basically joined forces. However, the solution is to reduce addiction, desire, fear, and improper or unnatural desire. And so this isn't by hiding from fear, but by confronting fear and taking our power back from the system that uses our own power and sensitivity against us. When the conscious mind is transformed through focus and self-observation into a superconscious mind, a soul-level awareness becomes something that the body experiences in this universe instead of in another universe. There are energy centers of the body, but there are also false versions. And the only real pathway is not through a lot of information or even experience, but it's through a pure heart and a pure mind connecting to become spirit and liberate the soul from what is a mental prison. And in that way, the human can go in any universe or any dimension. The DNA is like a series of harmonic tones, and when a person harmonizes their mind with the energy of DNA, instead of pushing away the truth or accepting fear and accepting depravity, then they achieve cosmic revelations and waves of spiritual knowledge where they begin to experience reality in a way that cannot be controlled by fear or false authority or memory wiping. There is a eternity, and then a vortex, and then time. The body is in time, the spirit is in eternity. The goal is to expand spirit and expand consciousness until the container of the mind can no longer hold consciousness, and the two meet in the middle as super consciousness, and one is conscious in eternity and spirit in physical world, and one becomes immortal through that. And so the goal is to awaken that power within the human to know, to have compassion, to have free will, and to have self-awareness that cannot be contained by any parasite or any cage, because that spirit is bigger than the entire universe, and every person has access to this spirit. This is simply the desire for a person to know, to be in truth, to be in control, and to give through love instead of taking and accepting an illusion and not knowing in order to protect themselves or to feed the illusion of being okay here. The life here and the fear here destroys the spirit on the other side. So when the mind, the feelings, the body are all combined into one spirit, then one person has overcome death and they have overcome the illusion of the false reality. Whether this was a secret group or a accident or a cosmic monster, time was split into multiple versions, and as a result, the spirit and the soul was fragmented into separate levels that we must recombine into one to know everything all in one life. All this means is that when we act and when we believe and it's not true, we're hurting ourselves, but we don't know. And so when we can see the truth, it scares us, but the illusion dies, and when the illusion dies, we live.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for checking those compilations out. Anyone around? Did anyone ever comment? Okay, I don't know if the comments froze, but I'm going to try to check the comments and then say goodnight to everyone. Thank you so much. Please support the channel so we can keep bringing you these. I love you so much, guys. Anything's appreciated. Thank you so much, Tavia, Nikki West, Leah Murray, Lee on Patreon, Jordy's Graveyard on Patreon, Tracy Cordova, who else? Sonia Mabea, Anonymous Friend. I love you guys. You're the reason we can keep coming live to you. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And excuse me, I love you guys. Anyways, let's go see if there's anybody commented before I have to sign off, and we're going to come back. Oh my goodness, I got the hiccups, guys. We're going to come back tomorrow or the day after with another live, and I'm going to try to bring in a compilation of these videos for all the folks. I hope you like them. Yeah, they're fun to make. Yeah, it's just, I get to look over all my old uploads that I did, and then, you know, sometimes I remix them and stuff. And so anyways, yeah, I should have some music. I remember one time years ago, I was playing some music in the background, and I think Rapper Jay was in here. And I was like, you guys like that? And Rapper Jay was the only one who said he liked it. So I was like, well, Rapper Jay's the only one who likes it. No one else even seemed to care. So ever since then, guys, I just want you guys to know that's why there's silence in the, you know, besides me talking, me blathering on about paranormal things and whatnot, celebrity booties and tickle beaties. But yeah, and some people need that. You guys know this is it's either for you or it's not. You know, we're not trying to do no gimmicks. We're not trying to make it. You know, we're not trying to lie to you, make it fly to you. It is what it is. We were after the truth. We want to show love. You know, we got big giant hogs. You know what I'm saying? Big old 8.5 inches. We like to just get our super thick and fine lady and we just smack it on her booty, and she likes that, and she loves us for who we are, inside and outside. No. The hell's this guy talking about? I know you're saying that. Don't worry. Hey, man, hey. Don't judge me. First off, rule number 1 of PacLives, judge me. Rule number 2 of PacLives live stream. Don't talk. You want to tell your friends? No. No. Okay, what? Alright, the live stream is going offline, so I don't know what that's about. Am I going to have to go offline? Oh, so it just died. I don't know why. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, I'm trying to come in and see if anybody commented. I love you guys. You're the reason we can do the show. So that's why I want to come see if anybody, you know, gave me any sweet little comments. Maybe these comments froze. Thank you, Tracy. Iowax. I love you. Who else was in here? Rob. Yeah, Rob, you related to Tom, you know, because kind of sounds similar. Okay, now, okay. Whatever, man. I'm just making a guess. Just a wild guess out of the blue. Don't judge me, bro. How about that? Guys, my chair was squeaky. I want you everyone to know it sounded straight like, you know, an SBD. No, dude. No, that's my squeaky chair. I want you everyone to know, okay? I'm fresh. I'm clean. Fresh shaven. I just cleaned my butt in the shower. This is all, you know, I don't want anyone thinking I'm out here just some big fat pig busting wind in the chair. No. I got more respect for beautiful Tracy and Rob and Iowax and whoever else comes in here. I wouldn't do that, okay? Just come on all gross and fart and all. No, man. I'm going to be 100 with you. That was my chair, okay? Don't judge me, dude. Oh, you think you're better than me because you don't have a squeaky chair? You think you're better than me because you don't have a squeaky chair? Dude, that's the height of hypocrisy, bro. I don't even know what that means. Let's keep going, guys. I'm just joking around. I love you. We're about to have to go, though. Let me be clear, Tracy. Rob, I walks. And then Rob says, okay, that's not a new comment. I read that. Tracy says, love you long time, Puck. Oh, you're so sweet, Tracy. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, guys, so I was just waiting for comments. Let me know what you thought. The reason, before we go, the whole reason I put that Lucas Brothers, whatever, this cartoon, Lucas Brothers cartoon, the whole reason I put that in there, if you didn't see, I didn't make a bigger point about it. Maybe I should have. I think I should have. But the whole reason it got me like, what do these guys know? Like, real talk. I was like, what do these guys know about the Lucas? And if you go watch that compilation we just did, it's about, there's a little 5-minute video about the Lucas Brothers hinting about, whatever. But the reason I tell you that is because there's a part in it where the Lucas Brothers, they said that the Illuminati's plan, allegedly, and they're like, they're going to do this, and then they said they're going to off all the poor people, okay? And that struck me as odd when I first heard it. And I was like, wait a minute. So then I made the video, and I didn't get a chance to slow it down or show it to you guys. But the reason that's a big deal is because you can ask anybody, okay? A dude who's never been on the internet one time, or a dude who spends his whole life on the internet. Anyone knows that that's not the plan. They're not out to off all the poor people. They're out to imprison them and make them their slaves and make it a police state. You know what I'm saying? So that got me. That's why I brought that video to you guys. I put that on the channel originally because I was just like, oh yeah, the Lucas Brothers are making fun of the, lizard people, But then after when I saw that part, I was like, wait a minute. That's the whole little thing was like a lot of that had, some people would say a lot of truth in it. You be the judge how far down the rabbit hole you're in it. But that part, they throw in little stuff like that, okay, thinking no one notices, and I my bad, I didn't do a good enough job, showing you, isolating that part. But basically, the whole gist of it is, like I was saying, they're misrepresenting, like if there is some kind of freaking secret group of lizard people, then they're loving that. They're like, ooh, hey, they don't really know what's going on. They think we're out to, and then nobody I've ever heard ever one time has ever said, yeah, they're trying to off all the poor people. No. Do you not understand capitalism? That's why the whole secret societies rumors get started about these rich, powerful people in smoke-filled back rooms making all these secret deals. It's because capitalism is all about making money, more money every year. More money. Doesn't matter what you got to do. Make more money every year. So, just look who's on the top. Look who you can't make fun of. You can't talk about. Okay? And that's not to, to have a boogeyman or nothing like that. Because there's a lot of people who don't, know enough of what they're talking about. They do that. They're like, they're the boogeyman. No, dude. It's not one people or one. But, not to boogeyman anybody. But the truth is, just look who you can't make fun of. They're usually the ones running ish. Okay? Just like, who's that dude in the music business? Who's like Drake's friend or something. What's his name? Jay Prince or something. They all know, like, he's I guess he's a gangster or something. And don't play with his artists. And Drake's one of his artists. So you put that on a, microcosm of Hollywood or, megacosm, whatever you want to call it. It's happening in other places. And it's just other people running, There's who's Jay Prince, and then that one dude who's like a Britain dude. He's like real high up in the music business. He's literally the one who says what's hot and what's not. And, me and other people who grind our whole life, we know real people, okay? People individually are literally, dude, they'll surprise you every time. They're great. They're everything that's what's right with this country as far as I'm concerned, this whole world, people individually. But when people get into groups, a lot of times they turn their brain off, and that's where you hear like, let's hang them, and there's a whole group running after one guy or something, because group mentality is horrible. And you guys will find that the path to know yourself better, to grow, is, to be an individual. Sometimes you got to be alone on that island to know what it's like. And you'll see there's a lot of people out there who won't. They're too afraid to stand alone, even for one time. So they're just always going along with the group. Okay, okay, you know, and then before you know it, you're like freaking, you know, doing some kind of terrorizer attack, you know, and then you're just with a bunch of dipsticks just like yourself who are like, well, I didn't know when to say no. And dude, it happens every day, but you can't be mad at the people. You can be a little bit mad at them, I guess, but you got to realize, you know, like that's the biggest thing with people who have strong minds and strong, you know, personalities. A lot of times they won't show compassion to those people who aren't like them, who they're not strong like them. They don't have, you know, they're not headstrong. Don't have strong hearts and wills and stuff. And you know, you'll see people who are strong. That's the biggest, I think, the biggest mistake is they're like, well, other people are weak. No, dude, they just didn't have the environment that you had, maybe, to make them strong. You can make anything and anyone strong, okay? Little toothpick, okay? You can make that strong. You can fortify that. So, anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for coming out. Good night. Should I have ended abruptly like that, Tracy? I'm sorry, guys. It was just about on an hour, 50 minutes, so I thought, hey, I'll end it. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you got any kind of video that you've seen in the past that maybe I took down that you wanted to re-see, let me know. I'll try to show it on one of these compilations. You got to realize people were attacking the channel, false reporting the channel. So we're just trying to cover all our bases. We're here to spread love, talk about, you know, scientific things, but also have fun, video games, music. I do those comedy shorts. I love you guys. You know, if I can make you happy or make you laugh or entertain you at all with one of those little shorts, then I believe, you know, that's the reason God put me on the earth. So if you see me put 4 or 5 of those out, don't hold it against me, okay? I appreciate you being open-minded and you let me do what I want to do. If you're new to the channel, that's the only reason we're still here, is because I would, you know, make 2 or 3 videos of whatever. They get 250,000 views, whatever it was. I'm not trying to brag or nothing. I'm just telling you guys the truth. And then I go post some music, you know, one with just a screenshot of something, and then it's one of my tracks of my music, and it'll get like 93 views. And people literally, you go ask smart YouTubers, and they're like, you don't ever do that. Because when you got momentum, you snowball it, okay? And when your audience likes one thing, eats one thing up, like they do with certain paranormal videos that I make, in YouTube, you're supposed to keep making that over and over and over and over until, you know, just infinity. But I didn't do that. I came out with some music. I made little cartoons, animation, other stuff, and like I said, it got 93 views. But I want to thank the 93 people, 93 real ones, we call them, who let me be myself and let me do. You always let me do what I wanted to do. Like I said, sometimes I get 93 views, sometimes 113 views, sometimes 43 views, and I would let the 43 people, the 93 people, the 113 people, okay, know that you, to me, you are just priceless. Your opinion is golden. And see, you know, a lot of times on the internet, you know, you don't get certain numbers, you don't go viral. No one cares. They don't put you on news stations and stuff. But you know, just like Tupac said one time, you know, to all my sisters on welfare, Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. So I'll let you guys know, all the little guys out there, if nobody else cares, PacLives cares. If don't nobody else care. All right, because I'm the little guy. I'm you. I am you. I love you guys. We'll see you later. Good night.